What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacTheMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I got my remote back. I'm excited. I get to do reviews now without touching my phone. It's Merrily We Roll Along. So, this is being released by Sony Pictures Classics. It's one of those, we saw this in theaters and we filmed it and then we put it in theaters. I know that doesn't make any sense, but if you change the spelling of theater, it does. It does. Try it. There you go. We saw this in theater, and we put it in a theater. Anyway, yeah, it's a live stage adaptation featuring Jonathan Groff, Daniel Radcliffe, and Lindsay Mendez that did pretty well at the Tonys, and is now available for your viewing in theaters. And it has audio description. And audio description for musicals is sometimes a mixed bag because you can't ever really appease anybody. Either there isn't enough description because of the songs and the trepidation of speaking over them, or figuring out when to speak through them. I've heard everything. I've heard people just sort of trample song lyrics and just be like, the audio description is the most important thing for music. And I've heard the Hamilton of it all, which is, oh my God, they never stop. Where do we put description? And then sort of the mixed bag where it's like Wicked, where they try to put it in maybe when they're doing the chorus over and over, and try not to do it during the verses. So this one actually does it pretty well. There's quite a bit of dialogue, and it's full of patter songs also. So it allows for a little bit more robust audio description in it, and I appreciated that. But as far as the film itself, I gotta be honest, Merrily We Roll Along is not my favorite Stephen Sondheim production, and I just despise Our Time. I think that if you don't know, if you're not a Sondheim fan and you play Our Time, I've always, when I first heard that song, I was like, this sounds like it was from a Care Bears movie. Like, I feel like I could have ripped that track and then put it over on YouTube over like montages of the Care Bears doing something, and people would have thought that song was written for the Care Bears. It's our time, be through, and you. Doesn't it just feel like Care Bears or like My Little Pony or something like that? Is like they're like, frolicking through that song. It just feels so anti-Sondheim to me. It feels like the least Sondheim-y thing that I've ever heard. And it feels so out of place even in Merrily Roll Along. Watching the show in order, I'm like, oh, that's a killer song. That's a great song. That's a great song. I like some of these songs outside of the context of the show, and then I get to Our Time, and I'm like, fuck, that's why this came from here. Damn it. It's like I try to forget that song actually is a music theater Broadway selection. So it's one of my least favorite songs, although Merrily is not my least favorite musical. It's just one of my lower on the Sondheim sheet. I mean, this does have some pretty fantastic songs in it, which are highlighted through Jonathan Groff and Daniel Radcliffe and Lindsay Mendez. Specifically, I loved Lindsay Mendez here as Mary. I thought she was extraordinary. Being probably the least familiar of her work in general, just because, the other two were Jonathan Groff and Daniel Radcliffe. I thought she was great. I thought she was extraordinary. I loved her Mary. I just floored by her frequently, by her talent, by her presence, by her everything in this. I don't really understand these, what do we do with these in voting? I don't know where, I don't think anybody knows what we do with these concert films, these live theatrical to screen adaptations. Like Hamilton was excellent, but it's like, did we nominate it for anything? Did anybody nominate it for anything? It's like it's a secondary way of getting that out to the public, and it happens more often than you think. It's just it doesn't always happen with an actual theatrical release. You can show up in their different showtimes. You know, the Met Opera runs programs through Fathom Events all the time. Is that eligible? Is that a category? You know, and they run also other musicals that don't get a full run, have had their live stage adaptations run through Fathom as well. So, uh, I don't know where to vote for this then. Like, for your consideration in, would anybody have the audacity to vote for this for Best Picture, or to vote for Lindsay Mendez for Best Supporting Actress? I don't know. Like, I don't know if these are things. But if I had to vote for one of the cast members, I'd vote for Lindsay first. I thought both of the guys were excellent as well, but I think I've seen them be excellent a lot. And so with Lindsay, it was just, I was gravitated towards her more, if that makes any sense. So it's just, it's a musical about, you know, sort of like a composing team, and it reverses its way through time. It's sort of like, it's one of the reasons, God, who's making this? It spans a couple decades, which is why, God damn it, anyway, is they're making a live action adaptation of this, but they're doing the thing like with Boyhood. It's Richard Linklater, thank God I got there, is making this, and they're shooting it over a long period of time, so that way the characters actually age, instead of using like effects to age them. So, I think it's, you know, cool. But I don't know, it wouldn't be my first musical to go to for that, but and I don't know how well it's gonna play. But then again, I think Linklater doesn't really care. He kind of just, he's able to take swings, and that's why we get things like Nouvelle Vague and Blue Moon. You know, I mean, these are not films that necessarily scream mass appeal to broad audiences. So he makes niche films with budget to put out there, and we'll see how Merrily goes for him. But yeah, this was really good, and I'm happy I got to see it. It changed my mind a little bit on the musical. I like it a little bit more now. I think if you see it with the right cast and the right people in the roles, then it can do a lot for you. If you see it sort of with people who you're like, oh, that's fine. You're just like, I don't know, you know. Like, there are definitely some movie musicals that are very average to below average to just not good. And if that's somebody's only introduction to that, I can understand why they don't like it. Like, if all you've seen was Dear Evan Hansen, the movie, or In the Heights, the movie, and you don't like those, I validate you. So we give this a look-see in theaters, and maybe we'll get more of these. Maybe we'll get, you know, if there's an audience, if there's a demand for it, let's just keep doing it. We had Waitress, I think was the last one that I can think of, where it was filmed and then brought to us. They had Frozen was on Disney, but not anywhere else. Like, they didn't release that like theatrically. They just released onto Disney Plus. So who knows what we could get in the future if we just keep going. I'd love to see Moulin Rouge, you know, recorded for this. So, although I would have loved to see that with its original cast. I don't know what cast we're on now, but it's certainly not the original one. Anyway, check out this, or don't, whatever. Just roll along merrily. It's kind of funny that her name is Mary. Merrily We Roll Along. Anyway, it's the kind of thing that you just think about. I'm giving this a I don't really have anything else for that. I'm gonna give this an 8.1 out of 10. I like this. I think it definitely improved my thought of the thing, and Lindsay Mendez is the moment. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the other side.